What's up, guys? Steve here with Scotch and Things. Hey, this is part 3 of makers I enjoy or makers I like, and this will be Direware knives. Now, I know I've got a smaller sampling of Direware than I did of the Chris Reeve or the Strider, but let me tell you, I've had 3 solos and a mini tail whip, and even though I didn't like the mini tail whips action, I guess there was something functionally wrong with the knife that he fixed. Dog just ran by the window. They've all been, every Direware I've handled, you can tell it's just a solid beast of a knife. So Hyper, I thought this was an S90. I think it might be a Hyper 90. This is the tail whip, and this is a solo, and then this is like an old school solo. So you can kind of tell this one is a lot thinner. This one's got a little bit more contoured. It's just got a more heft, kind of like this does in the hand. I think I enjoy it more, so I might, if someone's interested, I'll let Dave have first dibs, or I might just hold on to it a while. But I don't, even though I have like multiple Chris Reeves and multiple you know, Striders that are similar, I don't know if I want more, I don't know, more Direwares. Like, even though I love it, I love this grind, even though, you know, I like a compound grind, which this has. I just think this is a more functional knife for me, even though this is a completely beautiful knife with this hand texturing. I am still on a wait list, at least I think I am, for a, you know, my own custom. These are all custom one-offs, guys. He's kind of a mystery. And I bought that mini tail whip and didn't really like it, the action. But I've got an order in for a, what do I got? An S Mini, a solo mini coming in. Who knows when? No one really knows time frames, but these knives are just so overbuilt and smooth and ergonomically comfortable. And they're all this kind of out there spaceship kind of look. But then his tail whip and mini tail whip, and then there's some others, a T. I'm still trying to get into the brand. That's why if I got rid of this, it'd be nice to get another. I'd like to try, and he's got so many different models, I'd like to try something else. So I might try trading it for something else or selling it, just to get another version of one of his knives in my hands. This tail whip is one of my absolute favorite knives, guys. It's just so good. And so it's similar, but so different. So what have we talked about, really? We're 3 minutes in. I've talked about selling one, knives I've had, why I like them. I like that this chunky little thing, it doesn't take up, it's not a huge knife, but it's got some nice weight to it, and it's just comfortable in hand. It fits my hand really, and that's a big thing for me, guys. Like, if a knife fits my hand well, that's why I think I like this solo a little bit better. Like I said, I mentioned I like this grind a little more, and you can kind of look. This solo is the old school version, and it's a little smaller. We'll go pivot to pivot, and this one's a little longer, and the blade's a little longer, but the action's way better. I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably end up keeping this. Like I said, I'm not actively trying to do anything. It's just a thought that's come through my head from time to time. But they're super well built. Other than, you know, I mean, they're unique. I've mentioned this in every one, like his pocket clip design with the standoffs. I'm just such a huge fan of that he took the time to design an awesome pocket clip that goes in and out of pocket really well, but then design these standoffs, you know, that just fit this knife perfectly. All of his knives. So Yeah, I mean, it's hard for the information. You almost kind of want to call him a recluse. Um, see these, show the pocket clip sides. But his communication was fairly good with my buddy. Like I said, my communication with him for this custom I've got for has been, I think it's probably been 8 or 9 months since he's talked to me about speccing that knife, and I guess I just get put in the line, which is fine. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm not in any hurry. I'm just gonna let it ride out and see when he gets a hold of me. But like my buddy who sent that knife in, communication was good, kind of spotty, a little weird, but then knife came back perfect. So he had fixed whatever was wrong with it, and so what else can you say? I wish some things I don't like. There used to be, and maybe I can't find it. There used to be like a page on his website that showed all the past models. You could go look at all his past models of knives, and I can't for the life of me find that anymore. One, I liked it. It was cool seeing all the old models. Two, it helped you get ideas if you're trying to build a knife on what he can do or what he offers. So, and he offers just about everything, guys. Like, it's the list that he sends you when you spec a knife with him, it's almost daunting the amount of options you have speccing a knife. And as far as I can tell, it's just a one-man show. I have seen him communicate with someone on Instagram saying, yeah, I should probably get to a show. I've never been to one. That would be cool. He's been doing this for a long time. I don't know how long. Maybe Beck knows if he watches this. I know Dave has pretty much kind of got into him around the same time I have. So I don't know if he knows how long this dude, like I said, he's been making knives for a long time, but he's still this he seems like he's this outer perimeter player, he doesn't get, I don't think, as much recognition as he deserves, because his knives are just great. They are just enjoyable. Like I said, they look like they're just these super heavy chunks of metal that will weigh down your pocket, but there's a lot of thought that goes into each one of these knives. Like, it's interesting how he does his over travel stop. I don't know if you can see that one. It's kind of dark. Maybe you can see it here. Anyway, in the scale, he mills out, and he's got a pin that sits in the lock bar that is, I'm assuming, pressed down in there. So when you push over, your pin is in the lock bar, and it hits inside this milled part in the scale. So that is pretty cool. And they've all, you can kind of see it right here. Sorry, the lighting is right there. You can see it. I've never seen that before. So just a different way of doing something. And that's really cool. I like that these they're like, it's like a raw knife, but not. Does that make sense? It's, you get aspects of, just stuff like that just, it's such a nice knife, but then it's got these just little touches of, you can tell it's a one-man gig. And just exceptional work, guys. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, what don't I like? I don't like that I haven't been able to try them all. I don't like that they're kind of hard to get. I don't like that his communication isn't the best, but then I understand all that if it's just him. I get that. I like that he puts these drops out, or he'll shoot an email out saying, hey, I got knives up on the site, have at it. And he'll drop, I don't know, 4 to 8 knives every once in a while he's working on his custom orders. He's also making what you would call a production, but it's just him. Like, that's what this was. This is a knife that he made, he wanted to make, and I was able to pick it up on a drop, and he does that, like I said, while he's cranking customs out. This is a custom knife, guys. But he's, like I said, other customers that have orders in, you get these knives like this and a bunch of others that he drops on his site. And yeah, it's a good way to pick them up brand new. They're expensive. They're gonna be expensive. And here's the thing I don't understand. These two knives, so you can tell they're the newer style with the open pivot. Gotta get ready here pretty soon. And these are older because they've got a closed pivot. Again, the Direware, the best place I found to buy is the Direware Facebook group. That's where I've gotten a couple of them. And these knives on there are, I'd say, around $600. All right, you can find an older, bare bones, you know, no inlay. And this thing was brand new when my buddy got it, and I've carried it and put a couple dings in it. But and then these will go for $8, depending on condition, anywhere from $8 to $1,300, depending on, like I said, like this one won't anymore because it's been carried and it's not brand new in box. You know, but something like this, I paid about a G for it, and I've carried it some, so, you know, but it'll still demand a higher price. And I don't know why these newer versions with the different pivot are commanding a higher price in the group than these older ones. I just don't know why. Because quality-wise, they are all rock solid. So, all right, there's 12 minutes. Wish I had more Direwares. It's a goal in the future to get more Direwares. That's why, even though I've only got 4 right now, this is a maker I enjoy. I enjoy Direware because you have to get it in hand to understand how awesome and solid these knives are. They are just super well-built knives. And I don't know what else to tell you. So, like I said, the one tail whip mini I got that my buddy like made fun of me for complaining about the detent being too strong or whatever. There was actually something wrong with that knife, and he sent it in, and within 4 weeks he had that knife back, and it was perfect. So that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. And you can kind of just see the design cues from the older school to the newer knives. Like, even though you got these, I don't know what you call them, speed holes or whatever, on this newer one, you can kind of tell his design language from new to old. But that's all I got for you right now, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.